now to help us unpack these complex legal and political developments. We are joined by Dr. Basel Mansour, a distinguished professor of international law. Thanks for being with us on the program. So how do you interpret these global reactions to the warrants? And of course, there seems to be a little bit of a divide between the US reaction and the reaction of European nations.
Greetings, everyone. In fact, the issuance of this arrest warrant for Netanyahu, this is considered a huge development and a huge advancement in international relations and in the enactment of international law. I, as a Palestinian citizen and as a legal expert, I now have confidence once more in the system of international law. And the issuance of this arrest warrant for Netanyahu and Gallant is considered a breakthrough on the level of the international law, because the international law in fact did not been enacted with regards to the atrocities happening in Palestine.
And what challenges do you think Netanyahu might face, both domestically and internationally, as a result of these legal actions?
In fact, there will be cascading challenges for Netanyahu and Israeli chiefs and officials, because during the investigation, a lot of other persons are going to be, I believe, convicted, just as Netanyahu. And since the member states of the ICC are 123 states, these states are legally bound to extradite any of these convicted, indicted persons if they tread their lands. And so right now, Netanyahu and Gallant, their movement is going to be restricted. They're going to be facing a lot of locomotive restrictions. As well, Israel is going to suffer from international isolation. In fact, some statements made by some European political leaders stated that they're going to be cooperating with the ICC, since these European states are actually member states of the ICC, and so they're going to abide by its rulings.
And do you think there could be a chance that these arrest warrants might influence international military aid delivery to Israel or shift broader political alliances? Repeating the question, yes, of course. Yeah, I wanted to ask you if these arrest warrants could, by any chance, influence international military aid delivery to Israel, or perhaps shift the broader political landscape for Israel.
Yes, of course. From my viewpoint, the United States and some other countries are going to support Israel, but there are other states that are going to be abiding by the ICC's ruling. We have to know that every person, that any member state who hosts these persons indicted by the ICC or incriminated by the ICC are going to be partners in crime, or like accomplices to these persons. And still, we I know that a lot of states are going to be supporting Israel indefinitely, but others, I'm pretty sure, are going to abide by the court's ruling. From a legal perspective and from an ethical perspective, different member states of the ICC should, in fact, stop the subsidy or the arms delivery to Israel in light of the ruling.
And in broader terms, does this set a precedent for other global conflicts? And perhaps it might lead to accountability for leaders involved in other war crimes? What do you think?
In fact, of course, in a lot of this is going to happen. I think the judges of the ICC, and regardless of the pressures imposed on them by the states and Israel, and we know for sure that the jury of the ICC and the International Justice Court have been going through tremendous pressure imposed on them by the United States and Israel, but still they chose integrity. And this is going to be a precedent, as you are saying, which are going to lead, persons involved in war crimes to actually steer away from those.
Well, thank you very much for joining us on the program. Dr. Basel Mansour, thank you for shedding light on the ICC's actions and their implications for Israel and, of course, for the broader region. Thank you very much.